What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Stoic Context. Today, we are going to react to another Kevin Samuels video. I'm going to save my commentary for the end of the video, so stay tuned for that to hear my thoughts and opinions. Let's get into it.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I'm okay. And your first name is?
My name is Krishana.
Krishana. Okay.
Yes.
All right. You were here
I
earlier.
just had a couple.
You were here earlier.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was on earlier,
Okay, what
but
do you got
I
for
was
me?
having some technical. So, I was listening in, and I just had a couple of questions. So, a couple people introduced me to your channel, which I enjoy it. But I have some questions just on how you're correlating, like the black woman separate from the black man, meaning like, you know, as a black woman, you're doing this, this, and this, and this, but wouldn't it have some type of similarity because she comes from the black man as well? Like,
How old are
I
you?
had someone 31.
Who's responsible for your actions?
I am.
That's your answer.
Okay.
I mean, where do you work?
I work for a company based in Chicago, but
Okay,
I
so
live in
based in
Houston,
Chicago.
Texas.
So, but
Hmm.
they pay you a salary. They pay you, right?
Yes.
So they pay you to do a job. And you know how that and you know what the expectations are. If you don't do the
Hmm.
job, do you get paid? Long term?
Um,
Long term, would you get paid if you stop doing the job?
no, but I don't know if you understand my question. Because I guess when I had heard something when you said other groups. And so what I couldn't understand is that, as a black woman, you're saying, okay, you black women against these other groups, they got it right, but you didn't. So does that
Give me a
mean that
specific.
the
Okay,
black
give me
man
a
can?
specific thing because I'm trying to understand what you're saying, but you can't speak to me in vague and then ask me to be specific. What are you specifically
Okay.
asking me?
I'm wondering, I'm wondering why, let's see. Are you I'm wondering two things. One of the things is when you said value system. I was listening to that and trying to really understand what you mean by that value system because I believe that that's different per person. So high value to me might be something different than someone else. Like to me, high value does not mean finances because I've met so many people with tons of finances and great
I value who,
success record.
ma'am? Men or women?
Men, men,
Okay,
men,
so
men.
are you telling me you can be a high value man and be homeless?
No.
Okay, what does the world mean when they say a man is of high value? Are they speaking about his character primarily?
No.
No,
Okay, you're saying
they're
okay.
speaking
Fine.
primarily of his resources and his usefulness to the group.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Okay. So, and then you mentioned something about black women's behavior uh,
Mm-hmm.
being correlated or an extension of black men's behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Were you raised with your father in the house?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But my grandfather, yeah, but not my
Okay.
father, no.
No, ma'am. That's why I asked you who's responsible for your grown behavior. You are. But here's a question I have for
Mm-hmm.
you. As a 31-year-old black female professional, why would anyone's behavior be someone else's fault?
It's not.
Okay,
You're
I
correct.
know, but that goes to a greater
Mm-hmm.
point. So often,
Mm-hmm.
black women often deflect their individual accountability or responsibility to things outside of themselves. Colorism,
Okay.
racism, white
Mm-hmm.
supremacy, lack of father,
Mm-hmm.
this, that, da 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 da. But at the end of the day, you are responsible, meaning you, meaning black women, meaning an individual is responsible for what they do.
Right.
All right. So if black women are just
Okay.
as responsible as anybody else is for what they do, who is impacting black women's inability to get the outcomes they want?
Okay.
That's a question.
Hmm. Well,
If black women are responsible like everybody else is on this planet, who is responsible for individual black women not getting the outcomes that they want?
It would be an individual. It would be your responsibility to get your own outcome
So the
for what
answer
you
is
want.
the individual black woman is responsible for her choices and not getting what she wants.
Right.
Right. So we can get rid of the colorism and sexism and misogynoir and all this other kind of stuff, because a singularly competitive woman can get what she wants.
Okay.
Okay.
But you're still saying, under what you're saying, it still needs to be the black woman is still. It just, I don't know. I guess it feels like you're super harsh on the black woman,
Why?
and for me, it's like,
Why, man? Hold on. Why am I super harsh? I've just used your logic in everything I've asked you. You've came down and made a very logical decision. I'm responsible for what I do at work because they pay me. If I cease to do what I'm supposed to do, they'll get rid of me. I asked you, who's responsible for what you do? You said you are. How am I being any more harsh? How am I being harsh? Please explain.
well, I think perhaps it's just. I may not be able to explain it. Perhaps it could just be an emotion that's arising when you say that.
Oh, okay.
I've heard your video
Okay,
a
but
couple
see,
times, and I don't know what it is.
but are we? But no, but see, you said I'm doing something, and then you said there's emotion. I'm not doing anything. I've just laid out exactly what I'm doing, and your logic is even lined up with it. So you're having an emotional response to the truth.
Right.
Okay, whose responsibility is that?
That would be my responsibility to control the emotion, because it's
Are you
just
familiar
your
with
truth.
Are you familiar with Shahrazad Ali?
I actually, someone recently, yes, in some ways, not too much.
30 plus years ago, she wrote a book that basically is the black man's guide to dealing with the black woman. And in that book, she pretty much laid out that everybody's been put under a microscope in this world, in this country, except for black women. And she got so much pushback. That book that she wrote 30 some odd years ago is telling of where we are today. Here's the thing. Who can honestly tell black women the truth in this country?
I feel like,
go ahead.
I mean, I come to my own truths just by speaking to other people, and they tell me something, and I'm like, wow, I hear it twice, then I believe it's obviously an issue. So
but so had you not been able to get through to me, you would have gone around saying that I come down hard on black women.
Well, I was just more or less, when I just basically thought that you had a different thought process on what value meant, and it just didn't align with what I believe.
I am very clear. No, ma'am. I am very, very deliberate and clear when I put anything out. I provide definitions. I provide metaphors, similes. I am very clear and consistent. So if you're unclear, that's not because I have not been clear. But what I'm saying is, if you had not been able to get through to talk to me, you would have walked around with an erroneous belief about what I'm saying and what I mean.
And that's true.
If you talk to somebody, you would have shared that with them.
No, because I believe
you about watching my videos, or if they say, "Have you ever watched Kevin Samuel's channel?" You'd have just said no.
Well, I would just say it didn't resonate with me 100%, but I've seen some great points.
My ultimate point is this: black men telling black women the truth offends you. It offends you. The truth of black men telling black women the truth is offensive. And many reasons it's offensive to you. One, because most black women believe you're above or superior to black men.
That's probably true. Because
Yeah, why? I've had women your age call to my show who are half my age, nowhere close to being as learned or as accomplished, talking to me as though I'm beneath them. And they know my bona fides. Do you see that happening anywhere else? Or was that a black phenomena?
But if it's something that's happening throughout,
do you see that happening? Do you see that? Okay, I asked, do you see it happening anywhere else? Do you?
I don't. So I must be honest with you. I filter my information to simply focus on the Black community.
Okay.
So no, I don't see that happening anywhere else, but I'm not comparing us to any
other people. So
if
you're going
to
say if it's happening somewhere else, where's the else?
Some other platforms that I listen to or look at.
Okay. What platform do you ever hear Black women engaging with Black men in a respectful place where Black men are in the leadership or the dominant position?
Well, I guess I haven't really. Yeah, most of the platforms are just like one person speaking to the people and then in the comments, but it's not usually a dialogue.
Okay. And are there women leading these platforms?
No, it's mostly men.
Okay. So you're telling me you've never seen Black men and Black women interacting on a platform?
Honestly, not too much, unless it's like on the political side, but not necessarily on a relationship side.
Okay, on the political side. On the political side, where do you see Black women engaging Black men in a political debate where they're not meeting him as an equal?
Well, I haven't seen that. No.
See, the truth of the matter is, ma'am, you go in the Black community and Black women actually speak to Black men with a low level amount of disrespect or contempt. Even when you called in here, would you say that you were calling in good faith, or were you calling in thinking that there was a problem?
I wanted clarification, but I did definitely think that there was
so there was no good faith.
Okay.
So I just get thousands and thousands of people watching me because I'm bullshit. No good faith. No, listen to what I'm about to say to you. It doesn't matter how many hundreds of videos or thousands of hours or calls or doesn't matter any of the work. I had to prove it to you individually. Who the French toast of a Black man has time to go around to prove to each and every one of you Black women that we're worth a damn? The nerve of you ladies. A Black man has to go around and basically sit down and talk to each one of you. What other group? But then you want us to go build Wakanda and slay white supremacy with no with no help.
But do you think that perhaps it's the wrong approach?
Okay, then who has the right approach, ma'am? Tell me.
Well, perhaps if I believe solely, like if something's happening consistently, it might be you the problem, not the other person the problem.
Okay, ma'am, I asked you a very specific question. Who has the right approach, ma'am? Tell me.
Well, I can just use myself as an example. I've been approached in different ways from different people. Some people have more of a respectful approach.
Man. And you're asking me, do I think it's my approach? And I'm asking you, let me be more clear. What man has the right approach to Black women?
I mean,
what Black man has the right approach to Black women in your mind?
I really like Dr. Umar Johnson's approach to just the whole situation in general. I really like that.
Okay, you like Dr.
You like I do. I just feel like he's a real stand up.
Hold on. Dr. Umar Johnson's approach. Be a little bit more specific, because when I see Dr. Umar Johnson speaking, I see something. I've seen him on, The Breakfast Club. I've seen some of his videos standalone. But what are you saying? Give me some examples of videos or times you say Dr. Umar Johnson struck the right tone with Black women.
I feel that his approach to, I can speak for just myself, makes me, that to me would seem like a real man, just by, the knowledge as well as how
you mean the guy who got caught up with the conscious stripper? You mean the guy who calls you queen?
Well, I mean, that's normal.
Man. You mean no, it's not. It's really
life.
No, ma'am. Stop, please. Don't overtalk me just because we disagree. No, it's not, ma'am. You mean the guy who hasn't built this school in countless years, who is being dogged by even followers and subscribers. So you think I should go around calling Black women queen to get your money, and then to knock up a stripper or some other stuff like that? That's the standard. See, what I've realized with Black women, like yourself is you can get away with a lot by telling you what you want to hear. But that ain't me, because I have some integrity about myself. And nothing you said today disproves, nothing you said today dissuades me from the direction I'm going. I like the path I'm going on. Telling exactly what I see, the truth, and you can either decide to accept it or not, but it's not mean, it's not harsh, it's not undeserved, and it's not accurate. And it's not inaccurate. It's very accurate. And the person who started this dialogue between you and I came here with good faith. You didn't. That's the problem. Too much of that between black men and black women. Black men can sit down at the table with black women in good faith, but until you start meeting us at the table in good faith, you ain't gonna get it. Because the guys who can get shit done, let me ask you, what has Umar Johnson gotten accomplished?
I can't answer that because I don't know. I don't know.
Let's go. A man who has been going around for years talking about a school that he has not even done one thing with, has not got anything accomplished, is the man you point to.
Again, why I want to just give some clarification as to, I guess, where I'm coming from. I think I'm coming from a different spot, and maybe I should have.
Okay, what spot are you coming from?
Well, I'm more on like a spirit. I think value, like, to me, money. I don't want to live under a system. I know that I live under a system of finances,
okay, so tell me where.
I don't want.
Tell me where
spirituality.
Okay, you can have all. You know what allows you spirituality. Okay, did you go to college?
Yeah.
Okay, why didn't you just graduate from high school and then go on a pilgrimage around the world living spiritually? Why don't you give up all your earthly beings and all your earthly belongings and go live a spiritual life out in the damn park somewhere? You don't want to be that spiritual. See, what it is, ma'am, is you on some of this Hotep back to Africa, strong power, but you don't want to do the business. You want to be called queen, but you don't want to be subordinate to a king. And kings speak like I do. And kings have to do stuff. They can't just sit around and tell you, oh, you're beautiful. We got to fight wars. We got to administrate. We have to build roads, buildings, hospitals, schools. And we can't listen to bleeding hearts who want to have their ego stroked all the time. Sometimes a king has to chop off some heads.
Okay.
What's your role?
Educating the youth, the younger people.
No.
On their history. No. That's my role.
No. Your role is to support me and whatever I say do.
Okay.
Is that not the queen's role? Is that not the helpmeet's role? Are you a Christian?
No.
Do you believe in any sort of religion?
I don't believe in religion.
Okay, do you understand the animal kingdom? What is the female's
Yes, I do.
What is the female's role on the planet? What's her role?
Okay.
No, it's not okay. What is it?
Educated? Well, she's okay. Mother, I would say.
You can't mother without my seed.
Okay.
What I give you, you multiply. But you have no role without me. The female's role on the planet is a man. Get with it. Women cannot survive in nature without us. You don't carry the spark of life. We do. We build the world. You nest in the world. You're not my partner. You're my helpmate. You're my helpmeet. You're not my equal.
Okay.
Is that
No,
not
I agree with
accurate?
that. No, I agree with that.
So if that's the case, that means eventually that means if something has to be done, the talking has to stop and the work has to start. There's somebody who has to say, okay, we're going that way. And I can't have you asking me, well, maybe it's your direction, maybe it's your tone. I need you to shut the French toast up and march.
Mm-hmm.
That's how every other group gets stuff done. Their women decide to shut up and follow. Why do you have the president you have in the White House? Because if there's a black man talking about coochie grabbing and everything else, no. Mm-mm. But white women said, I would rather have that man than that woman. So they said, with all the stuff behind him and bankruptcies and tax, no, we're going to just march. Mm-hmm. Every other group of women can march and follow their men. But you want black men to be like, approach it like Umar Johnson. I got no problem with Umar Johnson personally, but he's done nothing except talk real well. Talks real well. You do know his father don't even support his message, right?
Well, no, I didn't know that, but that's neither here nor there. I mean,
yes, it is. If it's what? You mean what? Are you serious?
I mean,
okay, man. Maybe you should do this. Maybe after you get off here, go do a quick Google search of the man you said has the right tone. Go find out who you're really talking about. Because if you're coming at it from a spiritual standpoint, a character standpoint, a substantive standpoint, that's even more laughable than what you already said. You don't know the man. He just calls you queen. And you can and people on and now which on YouTube, I need you to understand something. What did I tell you when women start to laugh? It's a tell.
It's a what? A tell. Okay.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Umar Johnson. I'll be damned. See, how do you compete with that? See, sisters, you want black men to build Wakanda? Then you're going to have to do your part. Follow. Not challenge, follow. Because truly high value men, I'm not going to ask you to do your part. They're going to, if you got questions, here's how truly high value men move. You start asking questions, oh, hold on, I'll be right back. They go over there and they never show up again. Next thing you know, security be asking you to leave the property. They're not going to go back and forth with you and debate. They got time. They're not going to debate with somebody who's asking questions in bad faith. Me? It's part of what I do. I'm an image consultant, though. My job is to actually fix some of this stuff.
Crazy episode. Man, this woman came in pretty much trying to put a microscope on Kevin, talking about the way in which he approaches and speak to black women and women in general that call into the show. And then the example she gives is probably the most laughable example, Dr. Umar. Now, everybody has their plights with Dr. Umar. It's neither here nor there. Point being, if she's talking strictly about tone, Dr. Umar has the most aggressive tone here. Think about it. When you just pull away from what he's actually saying, let's just speak about the tone, since women are so caught up in the tone. He's always yelling. He's always aggressive. He's always repeating things multiple times. So it's not really what's being or how it's being said for women. It's what's being said. Because they don't care about the tone, because Dr. Umar can sit there and shout all day how you're a queen, how you're this, queen, mother, goddess. He could shout all day and the black women will eat it up. But when Kevin comes in, he speaks the truth in a more calm tone, then they don't like it. Seriously, anyone, just go look up a Dr. Umar video and you just watch this Kevin Samuels video. Compare the tones. or just even watch a few. Compare the tones. It's not about what's being or how it's being said. It's actually about what's being said. Because if Kevin was speaking like how Dr. Umar spoke and just raised his voice and added more masculine tone, they wouldn't have a problem with it. So it's never the message. It's never the tone in reality. It's always the message. So that is just laughable to me, to say the least, anyway. But I want everyone to please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. And turn on post notifications so you will be alerted when we upload more videos just like this one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
You were saying?
Never mind. I don't even. Never mind. Because never mind.
I don't understand, ma'am. You were talking
We'll
about
stick
high
at that.
value men and confidence.
I just was saying once upon a time, because I'm 33, so it's like I met quite a few men in my time. It's just the type of guys that I actually like. If when I get them, I don't know, it's like I believe. It's not saying that I believe. I know it's a confidence thing, because it's like it's not that I can't obtain it or I can't get it. It's I
What do you
had
mean
it.
by high
I
value?
have it
What do you
now.
mean by what do you mean by high value? Are you talking about the kind of money these guys make?
Just it's actually, sir, it's not even about the money. It's about the mentality. I like I like alpha males. I really
You like
do.
alpha
That's just
male.
my thing.
Okay. Do you have any children?
I have one son,
Oh, okay.
and I had him at 27. I'm 33.
And high value men tend to make on the higher side of the income bracket too.
Yes, this is true. I'm not denying that.
So you're looking for a man that's like a 6-figure guy?
He don't have to be 6 figures. All I'm saying is that I just want someone that has class, that has value, basically.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. It's not even about a money thing.
Well, where's the father of your child?
He's around. He's around. He helps. He take care of his son. There's nothing wrong with that. He's definitely not the issue. He's a good person. He's a good person.
But why aren't you guys together?
All I can say.
Was he a high value man? Was he a high value man?
Very valued. He's valued.
No. No.
Very.
He was. Say again. He was very valued.
He's he's in my eyes. To me, he's high value. He has his stuff together. He's he's a good man. He is. He's a great man. But
So
whoa.
But if he's a high value man, and he's a great man in your eyes and has his stuff together, and you already have a baby with him, why are you out here trying to find another one? Why don't you just get with the one you got?
Well, sir, I mean, he said that I was too good for him, like I was too nice, basically.
Okay.
He, in my eyes, he preferred more girls that time on the hood side. I'm not exactly that. I like to hold conversations. I like to learn things. I like to do things. He's not quite that type of person, which I knew.
So why did you give him? So why did you give him?
Hold on.
Then why did you give him a baby?
Well, honestly, I kept him because I honestly
Why did
didn't
you
think
give
I
him
could
a?
have
You,
child.
no. You gave this man a child, and I'm asking you, why'd you have a baby with this man if he wasn't See, you're talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Okay.
Why'd you have a kid with a man who ain't worth being with?
Honestly, I had a kid because I didn't want to have an abortion, and I was old enough and kind of doing, good enough to have him. I mean, we were good, but once the baby came, he just kind of flipped. I don't want to. Yeah,
Okay.
he kind of flipped
All right.
basically.
All right, ma'am. The reason I ask you is because you came on talking about confidence and changing and high value, and you're all over the place. I'm just not getting it. And 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 again,
All
another.
I was saying, just to answer.
Well, you can't answer
I'm sorry. I just
the question you were answering, ma'am, is see when your life is chaotic like this, it's hard for people to take your opinion seriously.
okay. That's fair.
Ladies, people are calling in to get advice and they're listening to a woman who says she confidence and this and that and can change but you're not doing it in your own life. I want a high value man. I want an alpha male. All right. What about your ex? Well, he's a good man and a great character. Well, why aren't you with him? Well, because he ain't that. What?
Well, no, he
No,
said. Well,
ma'am.
sir,
No, I've
he said
heard
that.
and I've heard enough. I've heard enough. I've heard enough. I've heard what you had to say. It doesn't make a lot of sense, and that's okay. But I would say this: high value men have something to do with income first. And men of a certain status do not want to be a stepfather to a woman who is a baby mama.
Okay.
You're not a widow. You're not a divorcee. You're a single. I don't call them single mothers. I call them baby mamas. And high value men
Okay,
do
that's fine.
well. I mean, you call into the show, so see. Here's the problem: when a lot of women like yourself speak on high value men like you've had them, and you haven't. You make it seem common. You did not have a high value man, but you tried to say like you did and like you're a woman on that level, and you're
Okay, well,
not. That's a problem. Just be who you are and embrace it.
I'm understanding what you say, but listening to your other shows versus blue collar versus white collar and all that stuff, when I think of a high value man, whether it's white collar or blue collar, I just think of a man who has standards. And not saying that my son's father wasn't a good person or whatever. I should have left when I had a chance to, which is true.
But you had a
Honestly, I
baby with
didn't
him.
think.
You had a baby with him.
No, well,
And what did
it's
he
no
what did he
excuses.
do for a living? What was his job? What was his job title?
Well, he's in construction welding, but it's like temp job. But
So he
he
was not
comes from
fully
a
employed. Oh,
well-off.
ma'am, he was not fully employed. You said temp
No,
jobs. That
he
means not
wasn't.
full,
But he's the
ma'am,
type of.
not fully employed, meaning 2,000 hours a year. Temp job means temporary, meaning not full. He was not fully employed. You had
I'm
it.
not arguing with you.
I
I'm
know you're not. I'm
totally
just getting the
listening to
facts.
you.
I'm just getting the stuff straight. You were dealing with a man. You were having unprotected sex with a man who was not fully employed, and you had a child by a man who's not fully employed. He may be a nice guy. I'm not. I'm certainly not gonna run him down. I don't do that. But what I'm saying is, men are looking at the chaotic details of a woman's life, and they're not high value. A man with standards will not touch this. And it sounds like the man you're talking about that you had a child with did not even meet your minimum qualifications for your standard for you to stay. So how are you
I
talking on
take
high
my
value?
faults. Sir, I take my faults. I understand completely what you're saying. Like I said, I did have a child by a man who was
Ma'am,
working at a temporary
the
job,
man
but
you're not with, the man you had a child with is not even up to your minimum standard for you to remain with him.
So this is 5 years ago. I'm not giving no excuse. Like I said, when I had a chance to leave, I should have left.
I'm sorry. Let's do that again. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. We have so many women running around talking about high value this, high value that, and you don't have no high value, man. He ain't even have enough value for you to stay with him. I'm tired.
It's so funny because at the ending of this conversation, this woman sat there and said, it was 5 years ago. And also, I'm not trying to make any excuses, but that's literally what she's doing. The man that she was with wasn't a high value man. So what she's going to try to do now is convince everyone else that the man that she's pushed his next DNA, well, his legacy, his DNA, his genetics, push that into the next generation. And then she's going to sit here and try to convince us that he was high value. So it gives her the appearance that anyone she should be dealing with after is high value. And that's completely incorrect. Completely incorrect. She didn't even do things the proper way. She didn't get married. She didn't ask for the most basic form of commitment. Because now we live in a world where having a child is less serious than being married. At least a marriage, you could at least break and you guys can go your separate ways and no one is going to be tied to you for the rest of your life. Once you have a child with someone, you guys are tied, bonded together for life. So how could having a child be less serious than being married? And you don't get to deal with no bum, come out to the market older with a child, and then think a man of any type of stature or status is going to deal with you. Seriously, not seriously at least. Have you riding the CC? Possible. You getting his last name and being married and getting benefits and being that person? Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. But everyone, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Turn on post notifications so you will be alerted when we upload more videos just like this one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.